Right now, I am at Exo London at the Microsoft Future Decoded event, where there's a host of speakers that are talking, and I'm lucky enough to have got some time with Bob Geldof, and he's got a very important message for you guys at SBTV. Check it out.
I'm Bob Geldof. 30 years ago, we got all the great artists, music artists of the day together to record a song at Christmas. Why Christmas? Because that's the time where, I guess because of our culture, we naturally think of each other. We buy presents for each other and we sit down together as one of the few times in the year. But 30 years ago, there were 30 million people starving to death in Africa. And that seemed repulsive to me. Here we were in this world of massive plenty. We sat down to our Christmas dinners, the supermarkets were full, we were buying presents. And in a continent just 8 miles from Europe, 30 million people were dying of hunger. That's ridiculous. And it should never happen, and it is disgusting. So we tried to draw people's attention to it, and it was successful. And we've been working then in Africa for 30 years. The first thing was to try and stop as many people dying as possible and then try and help build a life. I said back then, 30 years ago, that if we just keep them alive, those people, like everybody else, will just thrive. And of course, in most of those countries now, they are the fastest growing economies in the world. So I was busking when I said that back then. I hoped it would be true. It turned out to be true. But this year, we're going to do it again. In the same studio we did it 30 years ago, where Bob Marley recorded and where Band Aid was recorded. Next Saturday, with all the pop stars and some of the rock giants of the past. So we're going to do it again. And this time it's for those suffering from the Ebola virus in West Africa. And we hope it doesn't get out of there, because if it does, then we're going to be hugely affected. But the reality is, back 30 years ago, those people were dying of poverty. If we had no food, we could buy it. They couldn't. They couldn't grow food because of climate, and they couldn't move because of a war. So they died. But they died because they had no money. This year, the people in West Africa are dying because of poverty again. We had Ebola outbreaks in Madrid, in New York and Texas, but we contained it very quickly because we've got doctors, nurses, medicine, state systems, we have money. So we hope that we can contain the virus, it doesn't spread further, but for them, they're on their knees. And it is a filthy virus. It's the most inhuman of viruses. Little children can't be comforted by their mums when they're dying, because their mums will die if they touch them. Lovers can't comfort each other in their death throes. Wives can't hold their husbands' hands as they die. Humans become untouchable. That's not true. And it's a small effort, but with this little record, once again, we hope we can touch them, reach out and touch them. I'd like to ask people not to download this for free, not to Spotify, not to just go on YouTube and just look at it and then walk away. Actually, pay the money and download it. Even if you don't like the song, who cares? Even if you don't like the artist, so what? The physical thing will come out in the supermarkets and everywhere. Go and buy it. 30 years ago, people bought 40 in butcher shops, and they'd hand back 39, or they'd give it to each other for Christmas. That's what we need now. We need this massive national effort. Britain did it last time. They can do it again, and it can lead the world. And if you're watching somewhere else in the world, we're doing it in France, we're doing it in Germany, and I spoke with Quincy Jones two weeks ago, and Quincy's going to fire it up again in America. So we're going to stop this thing, and it's just a little track, but you know, you're going to buy it, and we're going to stop it.
So you heard the man there himself. For everyone that's watching this right now, make sure you buy a copy, pre-order, buy a physical release, and support the cause. It's all for positive social responsibility.
Hi, this is Bob Geldof on SBTV. I'm talking to the man with the worst shoes in the world here. What? Yeah.
Thank you.